Can you see us?
Yep.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is my friend, Jeff Fasano. And Jeff, my darling friend here, who we've been friends for a long time, he's a professional photographer, celebrity photographer, also a trance channel who channels the energy of Archangel Michael, and also is a Reiki master. Yes. And Jeff takes all of my pictures that you see on my website and all my professional photos that you see, and you just came in from a fashion shoot, right?
It wasn't a fashion shoot.
Oh, what were you shooting?
But it was a photo shoot.
Yeah.
I was shooting a wonderful, wonderful healer, speaker, Craig Marshall, for his website, PR shots, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So you get a lot of people that are professional that just need headshots for their LinkedIn profiles and things like that?
No.
Okay, keep going. Well, because that's where I use mine.
Yeah, but what I do is it's just more than that. In this day and age, even in the music business, which is mainly what I shoot, you can see my CBGB's T-shirt.
Oh yeah, he's got a CBGB's T-shirt on. It's getting a little old.
That I actually bought at CBGB's in like 19 whatever.
Couple of years ago.
The way the industry now is for photography and in the music business and everything, it's a one-stop shop. Photo shoots are now one-stop shops, whereas you're shooting if I'm shooting a band for a record, you're shooting for their record package, their album, PR, social media, blah. It's a soups and nuts shoot now. So every photo shoot now is all of that.
Yeah.
So it's you're shooting for everything now.
And yeah, and one of the things that I find is really important is that if you are a professional in the business, and the woman, Shelley, who manages my LinkedIn profile, she will be the first one to tell you that you need professional business shots if you want to be taken seriously, and you only get one chance to make a first impression. That's what Will Rogers said.
It is so important, folks out there, if in fact you are thinking of creating a business for yourself, whatever that may be. You're an actor, you're a musician, you're putting together a record. The most important aspect of this, and this actually will segue into what we are going to be talking about, your photographs, folks, are simply the level of the photograph you have, the level of professionalism the photograph you have that's going to represent yourself in your business, your endeavor, whatever you're doing. Your photograph is telling the world what you feel about yourself and how much you honor and value yourself.
Yeah, it's telling them who you are.
Yeah.
And so the message is the message you're sending when you put out your images, the message that you want people to receive. I'm really big on that because I think a lot of people aren't really conscious of when they put this stuff out here on social media that, people are looking at them. People are researching people now. People are private eyes. And in this day and age, especially if you want to be in any industry, it's all about promoting yourself. You are your own PR person, whether you like it or not. If you don't like Facebook, fine, don't go on there. But I do think that in the professional world, LinkedIn is taken very seriously. And if you've got a selfie picture on your LinkedIn profile and someone's looking for you to be, managing their entire enterprise, they're not going to take you seriously. But anyway, so that's another area, and we'll go back to that later because that's one of the areas that we work in really well together. So, but today, how this whole idea came to be was that Jeff and I had a conversation. You were so kind to donate funds to our Dreams with Wings project to make a fashion film called Skin on Skin, and I was really touched that you went in there and you put down some money and you said, I want to give to this campaign. And so I called Jeff up and said, thank you. And next thing you know, we were talking on the phone for an hour. And the conversation really led to the topic of paying it forward. And then became about abundance and prosperity and the challenges of following your dreams, what it takes, and all of that. And it was such a great conversation. I said, we need to share this with my people, my friends, my followers, and yours. So that's why we're here. And and so when I think what happened was, as I recall, I was sharing with you the challenges, how it's challenging for me to accept people coming forward and paying to be a part of it, also donating money, but also donating their services, their time. I've had girls coming forward that are Facebooking for me and hashtagging and helping me promote it. They're sharing it with their friends. They're telling their mothers and daughters, and they're spreading the word. And there's this, I was sharing with Jeff that there's this part of me that feels like, oh my gosh, how am I going to ever repay these people? I don't have the money to give them what their time is worth, and should I feed them? Should I give them a book? What can I do? How am I ever going to repay these people? Because I'm so grateful, because it means so much to me. And then you started talking and saying and giving me positive feedback about, well, why not, Lorelei, right?
Well, now I recall what we were talking about, and that's a challenge, because it all stems around receiving love. Receiving love, but also when someone is giving to us, the conditioning could be a few things. What does that person want from me? Then I'm obligated to pay them back.
Yeah, that's what comes up for me. It's like I feel, oh my gosh, I owe them something if they help me.
And that's just conditioning. So the conversation went into, if somebody comes to us and says, I want to help you, the conditioning, our nervous system is conditioned in various ways. There's something, you're helping me, then you want something from me.
Irrational belief, number one.
Then I owe you something. Then I'm obligated to owe you something. That's another avenue to go down to. These are all conditioned reactions to when someone wants to come and give to you, but that's how we defend. It's also an aspect of defending receiving love.
So it's a barrier.
And so when someone comes to us and says, you're making this movie, I want to help you. And then you go into your conditioned responses.
And of course, that's exactly what I'm asking for. And that's why going after this dream is such a big challenge, because it's really stretching out of my comfort zone, asking for help. And then, the part one is asking for help. And part two is knowing how to receive it and to be gracious. And of course, I'm so grateful. But that, it also brings up a little aspect of, oh my God, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve someone to help me. I mean, what did I do to deserve this? And then you came back and said, Lorelei, how many times have you been to that prison?
So that brings us to...
And I was like, okay.
There's a movie, Pay It Forward, right?
Yeah, there was.
So we're talking about paying it forward. Mm-hmm. And what that is when someone comes to you and says, I want to help you, what do you need? And... you've never helped them before, or whatever, they just come and say to you, I want to help you. Laurel, I want to help you with this. The thing to do is, and the important thing, all of this is, even though I'm helping Lorelei on a linear basis here, what I'm really saying to the universe is that I'm in service to the world.
Yeah.
So every time we help somebody, we're in service to the world. That person just happens to be the human, linear, third-dimensional way we're doing it. So the universe says, okay, we're going to store that in the bank.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Then we do it again and again and again and again. And I guarantee you, everybody out there that we're speaking to right now has done this. Yeah. So then when
everyone's done favors for people, right?
So then when somebody comes to you, out of the blue, someone you might know, might not have said, I want to help you. And then your conditioned reactions come up. always think about all the people that you have helped, that now the universe is opening up the bank to you because you paid it forward, even though that might not have been your intention. That's what we were talking about.
So it was sort of like karma deposits.
Exactly.
And I was really so touched that you brought that up, because I was really dealing with the issue of, oh my gosh, why should people help me? And, and I don't really deserve this, and maybe they think it's frivolous, but it means so much to me, because for me, what I really feel is this creates a space that supports people and ourselves to follow dreams. And so when you said that to me, I was really touched, because then I had to stop and acknowledge myself. And go, oh yeah, that's right. Let's see, how many years have I been going up to the Valley State Women's Prison and the Men's Prison and the at-risk teens workshops that I've been doing. We're going on our 4th year, Kent and I, working with these at-risk teens, and it's all volunteer. It's all service. And people ask me, and they ask all of us on the Freedom to Choose team. Freedom to Choose is the organization out of our U.S. university that has developed. They've been going up there for 10 or 12 years. I've been going up there for, 7 years. And we go up 4 times a year now, because there's 2 women's and there's 2 men's. And we drive up there. It's 4.5-hour drive. We have to pay for our hotel. We pay for, we're there for 3 days, all of our meals. We have to tip the hotel. We have to put money in the lunch money fund and things like that. And people, all of us share the story of everyone asking us, why do you do that? Why would you go in, volunteer to go in a prison, And we all say that we do it for ourselves, because giving them our time and our compassion and our understanding and sharing the skills that we've learned with them makes us feel good. So really, we do it for ourselves. It's a selfish thing, in a way, but it's not selfish in the way of, a negative way of selfish, but selfish in the way of self-love. It's a way of doing self-love. Taking the time to be of service actually serves you.
And coming from a place of abundance within that says, there are people who can use my help. What are the gifts and talents that I have that I know that I can help somebody? So it comes from a place of abundance, and abundance in many ways. You might be abundant financially and say, I want to be philanthropic and give to this cause, that cause, which you can do to Lorelei and give her your money. If you're out there right now, if you're out there right now and you've got a nice boatload of money and you're wondering what to do with it, well, she's making a movie
about following your dreams.
So that's a way of looking at abundance. Another way of looking at abundance is, how much do I love myself? What do I honor and value about myself? And what are my talents and gifts that I know that I have that can help another?
That don't cost anything.
Right.
And that, that's why we're using the storyline from my book about my life running away and following my dreams and then actually succeeding. It's sharing the story to inspire others that they could do it. If I could do it, you could do it, kind of thing. And so that's my way of being of service, by opening up my heart, opening up my book. My life is an open book. Pretty much everyone knows that. I don't keep a lot of secrets about myself, and so, but I do that because that's my way of being in service. And then, the other thing is, I went, I've been doing this self-help work or self-awareness work. Went to the university, studied spiritual psychology, and so that's another way that I can give back. And for a few years there, I didn't even think about fashion. I didn't think about being a model. I didn't think about any of that. I didn't know how that fit in. I was sort of done with that. And then it came back around, because that's who I am. That's where my experience is. So I'm like, how can I use fashion as a vehicle to inspire people? And this fashion film thing kind of fell in my lap. Robert Ball, the director, came forward. And now we've got you, and Jeff has offered to be our behind-the-scenes film photographer, and also you're going to be paparazzi in the movie. And so he's going to be in the scenes. He'll be shooting and being shot at the same time. And it's so great. I really appreciate that.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. And so prosperity, it really comes from what? Filling the well and taking from the well? It's a well.
I think it's about defining prosperity for yourself and what that is. I'm sure everybody thinks right away it's about having a lot of money. And that's part of it, because it's about giving and receiving. Prosperity is about giving and receiving in balance. Giving and then opening your heart to receive. And then giving without attachment. And then to opening your heart to receive, because we all receive with attachments. If we can open our heart to receive, and I bet you there's an inordinate amount of people out there who give a lot. And give and give and give, and you might be giving with attachments. The key to prosperity is opening your heart to receive it. Opening your heart to receive love. And opening your heart to receive. I think the key to prosperity begins with how much do you love, honor, and value yourself and your talents and gifts that you're giving to someone. Knowing all of that first, knowing what you're giving, which goes back to what we were talking about. We have tools and talents and gifts that we were trained in, we know, we've done it a million times, so there are people out there that say, wow, if I'm here to be in world service, these are my talents and gifts, these are the tools why not share them with another? So I'm coming from a place of abundance. Then the prosperity comes simply doing it like you're doing it by shifting another person with the tools or the talents and gifts that we have. All of a sudden that person smiles for the first time. All of a sudden that person's resonance and vibration raises. They're in joy. Yeah. And you see that, open your heart to receive it. That's prosperity.
Yeah. And that's really beautiful. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I'd love to share this with you. I haven't had a chance to tell you. We started casting for the film the other day. And because I have been what they call talent for so many years in the industry, this is really one of the first times I'm on the other side of the fence. So I'm not the person waiting to go in to get the job, to audition. I'm the one that gets to decide who's going to get the job. And, you know, a lot of people who are in the industry that are talent realize that we don't always get treated that well. In fact, believe it or not, we're like the lowest on the totem pole. When you go on set, on a production set, everybody else has a job and they're busy as hell. And it's like, you know, get out of the way if you're talent. We'll call you when we want you. And we don't really get treated very well. It's been, believe me when I tell you this. You go in, you're treated like cattle. You've heard the word cattle calls. So you go in, you sign a list, nobody talks to you. If you're lucky, you see a few of your friends around and you're all waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, and you had to get through traffic to get there, and you had to find a dress to wear because you didn't have the right color dress that they asked for, or whatever it is. And then you get there and they don't really care about you. They just want you in there, do your thing, and get out because we've got to see 300 people today and stuff like that. So we call this casting. And now I'm the person that's on the other side. And I have to tell you, I was so impressed at the people who put themselves forward. First of all, these are people that move to Hollywood to follow a dream because they want to be in film, right? So then they get here and it's hard. They can't get an agent, they can't get a manager, nobody will talk to them, they can't get into Screen Actors Guild, you know, no one will give them a break. Sometimes they get lucky, but you know, if you're not born in this town with like the pedigree of celebrity parents anymore, it's pretty hard to get your foot in the door unless you went to USC or UCLA or CalArts, right? I mean, it's a small entryway. So they come here with this dream and then they get here and people treat them like cattle. And So they submit themselves on this casting call that I put out there on LA Casting. And they have to go through these things every day, looking for jobs, every day looking, oh, is this me? Is this me? And then they answer the call. And then if they're lucky, we look at them and we say, yeah, come on in, we want to meet you. And then they get there and they come in, and the first person they meet is Laura, Angel Laura, who is like one of our Siren Star Dream Team angels. And she is so sweet. She's never worked in pictures before, and she loves people. And she was outside. It was a beautiful day, and so we had everyone sitting out in back of Alice and Melody's backyard, where she has her office in the back. And so here's Laura, and she's just beaming radiant love as they walk through the door. And they were like, this is weird, you know, nobody acts like that. And so they had to go through Laura to sign in and get their picture taken. And then they come in, and there's me, and there's Robert, the director. And I'm just welcoming them in. And the first thing I said is, thank you for putting yourself out there. Thank you for having the courage to follow your dream, to look for a job today, and to show up here. And I know this is scary for you. And they were like, wow. And I said, I want you to know we can't choose everybody. But the fact that you showed up means so much to me. So I'm really honored that you're here. So now let's start the interview. And I had a couple of women that like actually got tears in their eyes. And they were like, some people even said, I've never been on a casting like this before. And it's only because I've been on the other side, so I have compassion for them. But it was an amazing day. Everyone left there uplifted. Whether they get the job or not, it didn't matter to them. They felt prized, they felt honored, they felt respected, and they felt like, yeah, okay, so today I'm really glad that I made this choice to come out here and follow my dream. Yeah. I mean, that in itself, Laura was like, oh, what a great day. And we were all so happy at the end, and we saw all these great people. Every one of them were great. And Laura and I made a joke. We said, you know what we should do? Here's how we could be of service. We could just have casting calls. We'll just make up that we're doing a movie or we're doing something. We'll just have casting calls, and our way of giving service will be to make these people feel good.
Well, actually, that'd be a reality show.
That's what I said. I said, why don't we make a reality show out of that?
Casting calls.
Yeah, because seriously, talent is not treated very well. I know, because I've been there.
And I think photographers are right below the talent, actually.
Iggy, stop.
Yeah.
The photographers are below the talent on that level, in those situations?
Yeah, we're usually the last people that people think of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's always, oh, we have to do pictures. Let's call a photographer.
Well, you won't be treated that way on my set, because I take care of my people. They get a list of benefits. A lot of these people are coming forward. They're not getting a lot of pay because, of course, we haven't raised all the money that we need, but I'm telling them, you know, they're going to get something, and they're going to get a hot meal, and they're going to get film credits, and they're going to get sizzle reel, or they're going to get footage for their personal reels. They're going to meet a lot of people. They get to come to the festivals when the films go, so we go as a group, and oh my gosh, it's so exciting. As a matter of fact, that gal that was there last night, Jeffrey held a group, self-love group last night in Venice, and I went to that. Laura came with me, and we went to that. And there was one gal in the group, and she was the first person to share, and she was talking about, she had said that she was a hairdresser, and that she was, you know, really depressed, and she called her friend who was going to this group, so she came along, Denise, your partner, and that was why she came, and she said she felt really like she wasn't really living the life that she thought she was supposed to be living, and that she wasn't really living her purpose and everything like that. And when I heard her say that she was a hairdresser, I knew immediately. I said, there's a girl who had a dream to be doing hair on set, or, you know, on fashion shoots or photo shoots or films or TV or something like that. She thought she was going to come out here and be a hairdresser and get to do these things, but she's working every day in a hair salon from, you know, 9 to 5 and sweeping hair off the floor and not really doing all the things that she thought she wanted to do with this. So I went up to her at the end, and I introduced myself, and I told her about the project, and she said, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of it. I want to, that's exactly, she said, you're right. That's exactly why I'm so upset. And she said, I didn't even know that that would happen if I came here. So she's offered to come forward and do hair. And she gets to be on the set, and she gets film footage, and she can come to the festival, and she's calling her friends who do hair and makeup, because anyway, I'm talking too much, but that happened last night.
Cool.
I know.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And what else? So do you want to bring forward about, well, there's an opportunity because you were giving a special evening last night.
Mm-hmm. About?
This came forward.
Right. For you. And I didn't even know about it.
And her. Well, I'm telling you now.
And her.
And her. Because you created this self-love group.
Mm-hmm.
And she came, it was about showing up, was the self-loving part in the first place, right?
That's what I explained to the group last night.
Speak louder, because the camera...
One of the things I explained to the group last night, and actually it's an old Woody Allen line, says 90% of life is showing up. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I said to the group last night, the group's about loving, honoring, and valuing yourself. And I said to the group last night, I posed this question to the group: why do you think you came to this group tonight? And actually that's how we began the group, to share. And at the end I said, so why do you really think you came to this group tonight? And I said, what if I said to you that the reason why you came to a self-love group is because you love yourself enough to come here? Because there was something in your life that I'm feeling this, I'm not living up to my full potential, I'm not living my dreams, I'm depressed, I'm feeling this, and my life's not going the way I wanted it to. And then I'm offering this self-love group, the self-love club we called it.
Club.
And that's what I said to them. I said, so quite possibly you came here because you love yourself enough to want to shift and change your life. And that's what happened. And then this woman that I find out right now shows up, and with the dream still being a dream. On some level, she didn't give up on the dream.
Right.
That's the key to this, of living your dreams, is if it's a knowingness in your heart, and everybody can do this right now, or when you have time to do it. Find out what you love doing. Find out what your passion is, and just go in your heart. And if there's a knowingness in your heart that says, this is what I want to do, and you know it in your heart space, then follow that dream. What's going to come in on top of that is all the conditioning in your mind that maybe say you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're not perfect enough, you're not talented enough, blah, 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 blah. And it is blah, 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 because, folks, I am living that. I quit my job at 40 to do photography and to create a whole brand new life for myself that opened up many, many doors, just because I went from what an old girlfriend said to me at the time: you hate your job, you hate your life. The only time you're ever happy is with me. So the question I have about living your dream is, are you enjoying your life, and are you enjoying your career or your job? And just answer that question. For me, it was, I hate this. I hate my life. And I had gone back to school to study photography because I love it. And it was a passion for myself. So when I found that passion, I decided this is the life, because folks, the living your dream is about creating a whole life for yourself based upon your passion and that dream. And that is the doorway that opens up to so much more. Not to belabor the point, but what that did, by following that dream and the fire and the passion of how much I love picking up my camera and photographing people and all of that good stuff. Once we do that, we're in sync with our divine plan.
And the universe supports it.
And the universe will support it, but the universe will also open doors. Doors that you have never, ever, ever think would open to your life just because of that, you followed that dream or that spark that's in your heart.
That's the magic.
Yeah.
That's the magic. But you know what it is that the universe supports your courage.
Yeah.
Your passion and your courage, right?
Yeah. If everybody followed their dream or lived the life they said they want, so everybody has a life you say you want. Are you living that life, or is all your other stuff, all your conditioning, all the stuff that's going on in your life, the safety and security stuff? So it's about following that spark and that dream, because, and it is courageous. It's like the hero's journey. It's
yeah.
I'm
mean, to leave
this.
You had a 9-to-5 job with what, benefits and IRAs
Pension.
and all that stuff,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And
But-
you just said, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, it was a transition, because everything in life is a transition. It's not like I said, the light bulb went off and I went and quit my job. No, there was a transition period to do that. Mm-hmm. And always know this, that it's never based in drama. It's from The Godfather, when Marlon Brando's, when Don Corleone, Vito Corleone says to Sonny, never make a decision based on emotion.
Okay, right.
So the day that I realized that I hated my job, I hated my life, and I went home and made a list of all the things I could do in my life, and it hit me, photography, and then it was like, it hit my heart and I knew it. I got very, very excited. And I wanted to go in the next day. I was 33 years old, the next day, and quit my job. But I called my father, and my father said, no, you're not ready. And I was a little, angry at him, but I listened. And he goes, no, you're not ready. There's too much fanfare around this, or too much drama around it. Mm. He says, when you will know when it's time to quit your job, because you will just do it. Mm. And then you'll be in neutral. It'll hit you, and you will do it, but you will already be prepared to do it. So and I heard that, and it clicked in and it resonated, so I went, okay. Then he said to me, and this is a part of receiving, he said, so what do you need?
Oh, wow.
And I went, wow, my father's asking me what I need. I said, Dad, I need lights. And he said, okay, how much?
Oh, keep talking.
He said, how much? And I went, let me go find out. So I went back to him and I said, I need a whole light kit. And I actually, folks, that was 1995. I used those lights on my photo shoot today. Talking about paying it forward. And he went out and he said, okay, just go buy the lights. Because what he was seeing is the spark in me that and he wanted to support my journey into my passion and what I love doing. So I received that. About a couple of months later, got the lights and I would shoot and keep on shooting. He said, what else do you need? I said, this was back in the day where there was no digital camera, so I was shooting film. I said, Dad, I need to build a dark room. He goes, okay, tell me how much. My father didn't pay for me to go to college. He just knew that I found my dream, and he was going to support my dream.
Wow. So he wasn't supporting you going and doing, a menial job.
No, but he was supporting. He saw my dream. He saw how my resonant, I was on fire about the dream. And he just said, I'm going to support you. What do you need? So this all goes back, Lorelei, to what we were originally talking about. about opening up to receiving somebody helping you. And I went, oh, wow, thanks, Dad. And that allowed me to shoot, to practice, to build a portfolio. So along the line, I was preparing myself. Though, folks, believe me, I was 33 years old. I didn't know that I was preparing myself. Now, out of all the work that I've done, studying metaphysically and doing my soul practice, I realized the spark hit me. Then there's a transition period from the spark to the fruition. And what I needed to do was to prepare myself by building a portfolio, practicing with lights, doing the work, and continually. So what I did is I dedicated my entire life, every waking hour, to as another angel that was in my life, Mario Cabrera, who was when I went to Parsons in New York.
We're going to have to, because my camera's about to run out of space.
So I'll cut it short.
Sorry.
It's the preparation of knowing what you need to live your dream.
So preparation, one. What else?
Oh, get the spark. What do I need? Prepare. Allow the transition to move through. And then eventually it will just transition organically and naturally into doors opening that you never knew would open.
Awesome. And this is from a guy who was just shooting Bonnie Raitt the other night, right?
That's right.
And a number of people, when you go to Jeff's website, jefffasanofphotography.com, you'll see many, many beautiful photographs. So the essence of the soul is what he captures. Lots of actors, also a lot of musicians. You mostly shot for music magazines, Musician Magazine, right? And
I've started out shooting for magazines, but I shoot a lot of musicians. I've shot Broadway shows, many celebrities. Yeah. When you go to my site, jefffasanO.com, you'll see many of the celebrities that you know out there. And I shot them when they weren't celebrities. Can
I tell them what you've offered to do for the fund? For GoFundMe. So for the Dreams with Wings project, Skin on Skin, GoFundMe, Jeff has kindly offered to do a photo shoot and asked me if we should collaborate, and I will be doing the styling. So when you go on the GoFundMe.com/dreamswithwings, scroll and we'll put it out there. It'll be up there today. How to get a fashion photo shoot, a professional photo shoot. We're gonna put you behind the lights. You're gonna look gorgeous, and you've offered to do what? 3 looks.
3 looks. You're going to style it, do makeup,
hair, makeup, styling.
3 looks. You tell us what you need. Hopefully, this is something that could help you follow your dream.
Yes, and promote yourself.
And
put on your social media pages,
and
too.
if you've never experienced a professional photo shoot before, this will be a lot of fun, a great learning process for you.
And it'll take place right here in Los Angeles, California. So we hope that somebody out there might want to take advantage of this opportunity. Maybe we'll do more than one. If we're lucky. But thank you so much. Thanks for being with us today. So don't let your dreams run away from you, and bring your style to life. Anything else you want to say?
Find your passion and have the courage to live it.
Amen.
Peace. So how does that so you stopped the broadcast?
I just did, yeah.
Okay.
What I was worried, and this is...
your phone, your phone, your battery.
Did you